So, by myself and doing the NCT MRT loop, which is the Manistee River Trail. So we're starting out on the North Country Trail side and started the Red Bridge River Access, I think is what it's called. And doing too nice tonight. Oh man, it feels good to be outside. I've been really sick for like, yesterday would have been 4 weeks. So getting outside right now is ultimate healing. My goal tonight is to maybe make it to the MRT side tonight. It's about 2 o'clock now, but to make it to the MRT side tonight, just because they have better campsites, it's prettier in general. Not that the NCT side is bad, it's just dry, although we've had enough rain that there's kind of a swamp or kind of swampy ground right behind me, but just prettier views. And so it's just a walk in the woods in the NCT side from what I've heard, and just looking forward to relaxing. We're approaching a little bit of a climb. One of the very few climbs on this entire loop. I'd rate this loop in terms of what I've looked at as relatively easy. I'm sure Michigan has a lot of elevation gain and loss and something like Porcupine Mountains, but it's kind of nice that overall a relatively flat scenic trail. So now those trail markers turn blue for the North Country Trail, and if you are coming from the Red Bridge side, you want to do the loop, you head north on the NCT, or coming from the Red Bridge side, you hang a right. But wow, it just opens up so beautifully. I'd always heard it said that the NCT side isn't very pretty. I would disagree so far. Lots of really cool overlooks. The valley is right over that way, and it's gorgeous. Minor elevation change. I'm just breathing hard. Haven't been able to do anything in a couple weeks, so this is good. Get the heart pumping. Enjoying the sun and the healing properties of the trees around me. If you don't believe me about healing properties of trees, one of you guys mentioned before a book I read. It was a fascinating read called The Nature Fix. I was just talking about exactly that, why nature is good for us. But went into a little bit of biology and studies of different types of experts, and went into some cross-cultural stuff, in the hiking community in South Korea and Japan, I think. So it was really fascinating to read. So if you have a chance, pick it up from your library. The Nature Fix. Oh, that wasn't the lookout at all. Here it is. Red Hill Lookout out there. So you guys know my overall motto. If I'm here, might as well go see what it's like. Man, shame. Shame on all you people who say the Manistee River side is the only good side. The North Country Trail is gorgeous. And I'm not like I love the woods so much, woods only type person. I like vistas and views, and it's just been pretty the entire time. The greens are just starting to pop a little bit, so it's super pretty. But not popping enough that, you can't see the view. Whew. So my guess is, my recommendation is the NCT side. Come just in time for things to be blooming, because you get some awesome views. It's only been about an hour, so I'm moving pretty good. 3 miles, which is like pretty good speed, 3 miles an hour. But consider it so flat, it's nice. Oh, look, another nice campsite out here. You know, this would make an excellent, like, first backpacking trip for someone. There's a lot of this white pine along the trail, which is really pretty. The only reason I know, and I'm fairly certain that that's white pine, is because that's usually what we get for our Christmas trees. Because they are soft, have soft needles, and the kids don't get poked by them when they're trying to put ornaments on. Only drawback, of course, is that they're not as sturdy for ornament hanging, but lots of cool campsites on this NCP side. And you're just kind of winding your way through the hills of this area on this side, and not much elevation change. It's just looping, and the trail looks kind of like this. Look at this. It is so quiet. I've really enjoyed this walk in the woods. I think, I know I always say that solo stuff is never my favorite, but it's a good thing to do. Just to clear your head. There is no one out here. I haven't seen anyone in hours at this point. And it just is, it's good for your soul. It's nice to have solitude. This is the first time I've spoken in like an hour and some change. And it's just clears your head. Because, you know, the only person here is your kind of your own thoughts. At the rate I'm going about 3 miles per hour. So I believe I'll easily make the MRT side, and we'll see how I go. I'm starting to consider that this may end up being an overnight, just because of how much ground I'm covering. I've been trying to force myself to slow down, and I'm still looking around, and it's still gorgeous. And that is the first flowing water I've seen all day. Ah, here's that bridge. I knew we were getting close. So this is Eddington Creek, I believe, according to the map. Oh, it looks at there's also a sign right there. But yeah, pretty good water source. Looks like it's been fairly consistent, and I remember Eddington Creek from trip reports. So I guess the decision now is, do we set up camp on this side of the river once we loop around, or do we keep pushing a little bit further? I mean, there's still lots of light. It's only 5:30 now, so it seems a little early to stop, but we'll see. It kind of opens up, and the trail does head that way, but I'm tempted to check out over there, because there look like there's some good trees up there, and I'm curious to see if you can see anything from up there. Campsite selection. Let's check it out. Decided to move on. There are a couple branches there up there. It's a really cool spot, don't get me wrong. Just a couple branches I didn't really like. Then there's a lot of raccoon sign and tracks. I don't want to have to deal with that all night. Try and chase it away from where my food's hanging, or the raccoons are the worst. So I decided to try pushing up. Sweet, well here we are at the intersection with the NCT, and Manistee River Trail continues down there. So I guess my decision was made for me. I'll just go on the MRT and see what we see. Haven't gone to the suspension bridge yet, but soon. getting hungry. Got like maybe 2 hours or so before the sun even goes down. So what else am I gonna do but walk, right? Most of you guys are being like, stop for camp, stop for camp. I don't know. I just feel like walking today, especially when you're by yourself. It's nice just to walk. This is how you solo hikers make so much miles out. It's just you walk till the sun goes down. Oh man, that looks like hammock heaven over there. It's far enough off trail too. I just love those pine forests. Of course, that would mean I'd have to sleep with the tarp up, because I don't want to get pine sap all over me. But so many camp spots for him. It's awesome. So this awesome pine forest is gonna be home for the night. I had a spot closer down towards the river, but then I remembered the rules, and I was way too close to the water, so I moved back up here. Hopefully this spot is fine. Let me get set up and get some dinner. So here I am, I'm all set up. Supposed to be, I think, a low of like 35, 36. So I have the Mass Drop Pine Down blanket, the X-Therm in there, and of course the Dream Hammock Darien, where this is a pretty sweet setup. But I'm hungry right now. All right, for dinner we have Mountain House noodles and chicken. It's been a while since I've tried this one, so that's what I'm doing. And I'm sharing a campfire with a guy who saw me. I'll let him introduce himself. Who is this?
My name is Mitchell Holder from Battle Creek, Michigan. Met this guy on the trail. I knew he was on YouTube, so I had to invite him over for the fire. Thanks for coming by.
Nice. Yeah, and I don't mind sharing a fire. I don't always do one, so this is a pretty sweet spot. His tent is like, what, 20, 25 yards away from my hammock, so we're just like hanging out here by the fire and eating some food now. Man, what a good day. It's about 9 o'clock now, which is actually a fairly late bedtime for me when I'm on the trail. But, good day. Got a good hang going here. No tarp tonight. So the low is supposed to be only about 37, so it should be pretty comfortable. But I'm hoping for a clear night so we can see some stars. That was fun to go to bed to in Red River Gorge, and so I'm chancing it. The tarp is strung up, but not laid out. So let's get to sleep. See you in the morning. Got the fire going well over there. Check that thing out. Mitchell does. This is what no tarp looks like. It's fantastic. Morning, guys. It's about 33 degrees right now. Temperature dropped a little lower than I thought it was going to be. But slept all right. A little cool spots because the quilt, of course, is, yeah, I'd say mid-30s is where it's about comfortable. But so I slept in my jacket and it was fine. Just trying to get the motivation to get up and get ready for the day. This pine forest reminds me of the one on top of by Lion's Head, Dolly Sods. Well, that's that. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. Ate breakfast, brushed my teeth, did my stuff, and packed at camp. Now the only thing I'm needing is some water. Oh, a duck. So a fair amount of wildlife around. I see a lot of deer, scat, raccoons, geese, ducks, and pretty peaceful night. It was awesome just waking up and at some points in the night looking at the stars. Feeling refreshed, you know? Not a bad early morning view. And there's the bridge. I would think really cool bridges and suspension bridges are the coolest. Even though, as you guys may have known by now, I'm not a big fan of heights, but I'll put up with it for a cool suspension bridge. And this one looks cool. Oh, this one's not swayy at all. I take it back, it's swaying a little bit. Insert nervous laughter here. Wow. What a gorgeous day. Been putting off filtering for a while. No more. I know some of you are curious about the Sawyer Micro, so this is no pressure in the bag. So it's still better than Mini. Not as great as a squeeze, and this is, I haven't back flushed this since I started using it. Probably could day hike this whole loop. Now I'm thinking about it, if you really wanted to. I think I'm about like an hour from the car already. So much for that second night. I'll just head home and chill out. Yeah, still super pretty on this side. Passing lots of people now. It's about noon. I was supposed to meet up with Bob up trail from the Up Trail 71 channel, but I haven't seen him. So I think I'll be done before he gets here. Hope everything's all right, Bob. Back to the car. Had to climb back up here. Whew! What a fun trip. I think it's actually been about 24 hours since I first arrived, and now I'm completing the trip. So you could do it in a long day hike, and overnight seemed about perfect, but it was fun. MRT, I'll see you later. Peace. Actually, technically not a road walk. There's the trail continues on parallel to the road, so that's actually kind of nice. Headed back to the Red Bridge River access.